Hello, little stitches. Today we're making a little bird out of yarn. If you stopped at the library and picked up a kit, you will find 4 different colors of yarn, a cardboard piece with numbers on it, and 2 little foam circles. If you picked up a kit from the library, these are 3 items you will still need from your home: a pair of scissors, glue, and a rubber band. Okay, today we're gonna make a yarn bird. You will see 3 different colors of yarn that there's a lot of in your kit. Those are the ones we're gonna start with first. The very first color you're gonna pick is the one that is gonna be the top of the bird's head. So you could pick any of the colors you want to be that part. So I'm gonna set him off to the side. And I'm going to pick up my cardboard piece. You will see that this way is 12 centimeters and this way is 8.5. So whichever color you pick first to be the top of your bird's head, you're going to pick that color. And you're going to hold it and you're going to wrap it around 50 times. 50. So I'm going to hold it and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that I went around 50 times, I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to cut the end. And I'm going to cut the top. Be careful of your fingers. I'm going to take that and set it down. Then I'm going to take my second color. This is the one that's the cheeks and the belly of the bird. So of the 2 other colors that are left, which color do you want the cheeks and the belly? So you're going to take that. You're going to hold it and again you're going to go long ways, the longer side, 50 times. 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we made it to 50, we're going to cut it again. And again, we're going to cut the top. Okay, now that we have our first color ribbon cut and our second color, we are going to take 2 of our white, set them off to the side, and 1 of our red. And the first thing we're going to do is take our white, and we're going to put 1 of the strings under right in the middle, and we're going to tie that. And you want to tie it twice. The next thing you're going to do is take your red and lay it across our yarn pieces like this. We're going to take the white and fold it up and then grab onto our red. So we're going to smooth out this part and smooth out the red. Oh, that'll loosen. Just like that. And then we're going to take our red piece that we set aside and tie it right where we folded it over the white. So I'm going to tie it right there. Once that's tied, we're going to grab our white and pull that down. And we're going to grab our other white string and we're going to tie that. So I'm going to push it down, make sure everything's nice and straight. I'm going to tie it nice and tight and then tie it again. So once we do that, we're going to set that off to the side. We're going to take our cardboard piece. We're going to take that last color of yarn that we haven't used yet. This is going to be the wings. And we're going to wrap it around the short side this time, the 8.5. So I'm going to take the top of the string and I'm going to wrap around 50 times. 1, 2, 3. So once we got to 50, we're going to take our scissors again, cut that, cut along the top, once that's cut, we're going to take what we have already, lay it down, and we're going to put our new pieces right across. And then we're going to fold this up and fold this up. And then we're going to take our new color that we just did and pull that up to the top. And I'm going to take the rubber band and I'm going to rubber band that together so it stays in place. Okay, just like that. So now that we have that rubber band, that last color, you're going to have extra of that color. So I just cut a little bit longer piece of string and we're going to kind of smooth out the bottom of this, maybe a little bit up over your first color. Once you have that, you're going to take your string and I'm going to wrap it around right there. I'm going to tie it nice and tight. Okay, and so I'm just smoothing it out and making sure none of them are falling out. Then I tied it once, I'm going to tie it again. So I'm going to make a double knot. And I'm just going to go through and smooth out all my little yarn pieces. Very good. So I'm starting to see where the little top of the head is, where his cheeks are, the belly, and then his wings are still up in this hair tie. So if you have a little of that yarn left, I'm going to cut one more piece. Or if you kept one of the pieces from earlier, I'm going to take the wings out of the hair tie or rubber band. And then this is where you're going to want to smooth the wings down and kind of curve them around. And then I'm going to smooth these down. Okay, so I'm going to keep smoothing out the wings, bringing them toward the back, kind of going over this area right here so they look like they're tucked back there. Then I'm going to take my string and place it on the top, and I'm going to turn it over because I'm going to do the knot at the bottom. And I'm going to knot it nice and tight, and then I'm going to do a double knot. Very good. Then you can kind of check them out, move some of it around. You should see one color is the head, a different color is the cheeks, the second color you picked, and the belly. And then the wings now we've rolled over and tied that down. Very good. If there's anything that's loose, you can kind of pull some of it back here. You don't want to pull too much because you don't want to pull anything out. But you can kind of tighten your little bird up a little bit. Okay, so now that we've tied that, there's some extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim that down. And I'm going to look at the tail. I'm just pulling on some of them that were slipping out a little bit. So this is where you could check any of your yarn pieces. This is where you could check on any of your yarn pieces that you need to make sure it's in there. Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to shape the tail any way you want. This one has a little bit crazy tail going on right now, but if you like it like that, you can not cut anymore and just save the tail the way it is. Or if you want it all to be the same height, or if you want it all to be the same length, you could take your scissors and just trim down a little bit so they're all the same. And the other way too. There. Or if you wanted to have a shorter tail or less of the orange, you could trim it down more or go more to a point. That's all up to you and what colors you picked and how you want the tail to look. I'm just going to trim a little bit more. But I like it a little crazy. Again, feel free to keep cutting if you want to shape your tail however you like it to look. Oh, I might trim that one. You're going to find the little bit of your black string that's in your kit. You're going to fold it in half and you're going to make a loop and you're going to pull it through and you're going to make a knot. And then we're going to make another knot. So we're just making knots, and this is what's going to be our beak. So make another knot so it's a little bit bigger. And depending on how big your bird is, you might want to do a couple more knots. You might do 3 and that's perfect for you. You might need to do 5. That is up to you. Once you find the beak size that you like, what you could do before you cut anything is hold it up and see if you like that. I think that is a good size for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my scissors I'm gonna cut those extras off. And you gotta, and then you're gonna find your glue. And you're gonna put a little glue right where your first color meets your second color. And that's right where the beak is gonna go. Right there. If you need to add a little more glue, you can on the top. And then it will dry. And you can kind of tuck the yarn around to cover it up. The last thing that's in your kit are two little foam circles that are the eyes. Now, if you have googly eyes at home, you can glue those instead. If you have a different thing that you want to change the color of the eyes, you are welcome to glue any two circles for the eyes. And I'm going to see right. I did one little dot, and I'm going to add my black little circle. And then I'm going to look straight at them and try to match it on the other side. Ooh, my glue dot went a little crazy. And then I'm going to put that right there. All right, now your bird has all three colors, a little beak, two eyes, and the perfect little tail. All right, thank you, little Stitches, for joining me today to make little yarn birds. I hope you had a great time. See you next month.